Hey guys, if you want to see what my 5 current favorite perfumes are, then keep on watching. Alright, so let's just get right into this video. I love perfume. And once I entered college, I was all like, okay, I need to be an adult. Let me just try to figure out what scents I like. Because in high school, I always thought, oh, the perfumes are too overpowering. They kind of just give me like olfactory fatigue. I just get headaches. Like whenever I'd walk by the perfume counter, like at Macy's or any sort of department store, I would just get an instant headache. So I always thought, oh, I just can't take perfumes. But in college, I really just kind of went to Sephora and just tried to smell things, smell perfumes to see what I really enjoyed. So I found that I really did enjoy, for the most part, kind of white florals like gardenia, jasmine, lilies, that sort of fragrance. So there was one perfume I tested out, I think when I was a sophomore in high school, and it was okay. It was D&G, Dolce & Gabbana, I think feminine, and it was okay, but it still wasn't my favorite. It was a little too kind of musky for my taste. So I bought it and it was okay, but it still wasn't a scent I fell in love with or anything. So it wasn't until college when I went to Sephora and kind of tested out a bunch of scents and really kind of went kind of in depth into the kind of fragrance world, and I found out what I liked, which, like I said, are those white florals, jasmine, gardenia, lilies, that sort of scent. So I found the scents, the white floral scents that I kind of gravitate towards, that I love. And so the perfume that I came out of Sephora with in college is the Marc Jacobs perfume that smells of gardenia, kind of like a very light, very green gardenia smell. And I love that. So I probably had about 5 or 6 bottles of this Marc Jacobs perfume over the years, which I finished each and every time. And I do adore the scent, but the only negative is that this Marc Jacobs perfume, the scent dissipates really, really quickly, at least on my skin with my kind of skin chemistry. You know, you can only smell it the first maybe hour, hour and a half, 2 hours or so, max. And then you have to reapply. And so I got tired of having to constantly reapply it. And then I found another gardenia perfume called Kai, K-A-I, that I think you can only buy through, I think, it's either Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom's. I'll put it up on the screen. So I'd always just get it online. So I bought maybe 3 or 4 bottles of that, which I loved. So that also had a slightly longer wear time on me, but it still had that kind of a little less green, a little bit more warmth to it, but still a really nice, fresh gardenia scent. And this Kai perfume also smelled more kind of like a natural sort of gardenia. And then, so now that's just my background now on like perfumes and what I like. And so those are the 2 I've kind of bought a lot throughout the years that are gardenia focused. So now let's bring it back to the present day. So I got this perfume from last year's VIB sale at Sephora, and it's from Estee Lauder, and you never hear anyone talk about this. So it's Estee Lauder, it's called Estee Lauder Private Collection Tuberose Gardenia. So it's a mixture of tuberose and gardenia. And so this is what the bottle looks like. So here it is. It's a pretty substantial bottle. The bottle, I think, actually weighs a lot, but the amount in here is about 2.5 ounces, and I think typically for the bigger perfumes, the largest size is maybe 3.4. So it's a little, you get a little less than the biggest size in most perfumes, but the weight feels about the same, I think, because this bottle is very kind of well made. So it's a very nice kind of expensive feeling, a luxurious feeling bottle. But the smell, let me tell you, the smell of this smells like fresh flowers, literal fresh flowers. So if you like the smell, of like fresh gardenias, fresh tuberose, kind of fresh white flowers, this smells like you're actually in a florist's shop. There's no other perfume in my life that I have smelled that smells exactly like you have a bouquet of fresh flowers kind of in your arms. Like, it smells that fresh. It doesn't smell synthetic at all. And so this is my new favorite kind of white floral perfume that really just focuses on those 2 notes of tuberose and Gardenia. So I'm gonna wear this today. Actually, I have no perfume on yet today, and I actually wore this. And the funny thing is, when I just purchased this last year after the sale, so it was in December, and it was back in the States, back in California, and I was just like, oh, my new perfume, I love it, I'm in love with it. And so I was wearing this, and I was like walking down the street, kind of like power walking, and this guy just stopped me on the street, and he was all like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you, he didn't say oh my gosh, I say oh my gosh too much. He said, oh, excuse me, I have to tell you that you just smell amazing. I just had to stop and tell you that. And then he like went on his way. He left and went on his way. So I was like, wow, that's really nice. And then also I've gotten compliments from like family members, and they're just like, oh, what is that? That you smell really good. You smell, you know, and they didn't believe me when I said it was perfume because it smells so light and fresh and just like literal fresh flowers. And the scent lasts a while on me. So, you know, it lasts at least 4 hours on me. I can still smell it 5 hours on me. I can still smell it on my skin. So this has very good lasting power, and it's amazing and very romantic and light, yet, I don't know, it's very unique. No one talks about it. It's on the pricier side, and I'm in love with this. This is kind of my signature scent right now, and I think it will be actually forever. It's really good. It's very unique, very special, so I would really say, you know, test this out at the Estee Lauder counter because it's amazing. So I think at Sephora you can only get this online, Sephora online, but you can get it at Estee Lauder counters, so it's amazing. Next up is this Michael Kors perfume, and look, it looks like I've used a lot, and I have. So I've used up about half the bottle, and this is probably my third bottle of this. I adore this. This is the perfect kind of perfume. Oh, I didn't tell you what it smells like. So this smells kind of like a combination between tuberose, so that same white floral from the last perfuming, so that tuberose plus lilies, so another white floral, plus a muskiness, a light musky, and kind of a muskiness in this perfume. So when you have those florals mixed with this kind of muskiness in there, it kind of is just perfect for date nights. It's perfect for the evening. I've even worn this in the day, but that muskiness kind of adds a note of kind of earthiness to it that just really lends well to evening kind of, you know, dinners, dates, whatever, because it just smells very sexy, but it has those florals in there too. So I love this, especially for the evenings, but it's still not a heavy perfume. It's just kind of a sexy floral. So I really love this. I mean, it is my third bottle or so, so you know I love this, and it smells so good. I also got this on the Sephora website. Oh, and I didn't tell you, this also lasts quite a while on my skin. 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, the scent lasts. And when I've worn this out, when I've gone out with like friends or on a date in the past, when I've purchased this in the past and I've been out on a date, the guy has said I've smelled really good. So there you go. So this stuff is really nice. This next perfume is from YSL. It's YSL Mummery. And I'm sure you've heard about this from so many people, from so many channels, I'm sure, because this stuff has been very, very popular as soon as it was released. I got this, I think, maybe 5-6 months after they released it, I think. So I got this about 2 years ago, maybe a year, a little under 2 years ago. So it's just really, really nice. When you first spritz this on, you think, oh, it's pretty light. You just kind of smell those notes of like strawberries, raspberries, pear, maybe some lily in there. But as the hours kind of pass, then you realize, wow, there is this sort of muskiness in there as well. So that second layer, so really, and that kind of muskiness starts coming out as you wear this perfume throughout the day. That muskiness, that underlying muskiness starts coming out. So it makes this scent a lot more complex than it seems to be, at least on initial application. That's what I found on my kind of skin chemistry. So yeah, the first, 30 minutes or so, I'm like, oh, it's very like fruity, kind of sweet smelling. But then no, it has that fruity kind of smell and that sort of lily and fruit smell, but then it really does have that kind of underlying kind of sexiness in there, that muskiness, that kind of makes it a more elevated take on a kind of fruity floral perfume. So if you like fruity floral perfumes, but you want something a little sexier, a little bit more kind of intricate, then I think you will love this. It's I think a favorite for a reason I think it's a favorite in many people's perfume collections for a reason. Also, the bottle is just super pretty, super cute, very Parisian looking. Love it. So this next perfume I got, I think it was a little over 2 years ago, back when I was still living in New York, and I love this. I bought this right when it was released, and I went to the huge Sephora location in Times Square. Oh my god, so hectic. I love Times Square for going to like musicals or plays, but I hate just going there to shop. It's just way too crowded. I get anxiety. I already have a bit of like social anxiety, so it's just a lot going into Times Square. But I love going there just to watch musicals or plays, but not for shopping. But I went to that one in particular just because I really wanted to get this perfume. So I love this perfume. It's Yours Misty Absolutely Blooming. I don't know if I said that yet. And it just has this berry and rose smell with also a hint of kind of muskiness. The last perfume that I talked about, the Mummery perfume, it's like a little bit of a musky, woodsy kind of smell underlying in there. This one, it's more just kind of a little bit of underlying muskiness. You don't smell any kind of woodsy type notes. But this also kind of is a more elevated take on if you love kind of rose slash kind of red berries in your perfume. So it's one of Dior's lighter, kind of fruitier, sweeter smelling perfumes, which I like, because a lot of Dior's perfumes for me can smell a little bit too heavy. For instance, another one of Dior's perfumes that I love, that I've probably purchased 5-6 times as well, is Dior's J'adore. That I love, because white florals, jasmine, so I love that one too, but I just decided not to talk about it today. That would have been my number 6, but I'm going to stick to 5. So this one, so if you want a more kind of sophisticated berry perfume, and it also has that some nice kind of soft rose scents in here, then I would definitely recommend this. It smells really good. It's kind of on par with that Mummery perfume from YSL. Those two are kind of sisters. They're kind of like sisters. Not twin sisters, but they're sisters, but they still have differences because one has more of kind of berries, this one, and the other one is more like strawberry pear, so it's a little bit lighter, that one. So, but I love them both. Okay, so if you've been paying attention, this perfume will seem like it's right out of like left field or something. Like, how is this in your favorites, your current favorites? It doesn't kind of fit the scent profile that you enjoy. And I don't know, it's just, it is though. It seriously is. It's amazing. I got this last year also during the Sephora VIB sale, along with that Estee Lauder Tube Rose Gardenia scent. So this scent is from Elizabeth & James. It's called Elizabeth & James Nirvana Amethyst. And so they have a bunch of different scents. I think the most popular one is the Nirvana Black. But I love this scent. Oh my gosh. It is like a combination of honeysuckle with tobacco. And I know that sounds like, yeah, I don't want to smell like cigarettes. I don't want to smell like a cigar. Trust me, you do not smell like cigarettes. You do not smell like cigars. It just adds this sort of texture to yourself where you just smell very kind of a slinky and sexy and seductive, yet you have that honeysuckle in there. So there's a sweetness, yet a kind of smoky woodsiness that kind of play well together, pair well together, play and pair well together. God, I feel like I'm talking about wine and chocolate or wine and cheese, but no. It just smells really, really good, like especially in the evening. I don't wear this very much during the day, but I have. But this too, for like this along with the Michael Kors one, especially for like going out in the evening, you will smell like the sexiest person out there. I mean, this just smells so good. And that's saying something, because I normally don't go for like super kind of earthy, woodsy kind of perfumes, but there is that honeysuckle in there. So it's a nice little interplay between kind of that light floral and then the kind of smokiness from the tobacco. It's really good, very unique. I haven't smelled any perfumes like this, and I really love this. And is in my top 5 current perfumes for sure. So yeah, I would say just test this out at your local Sephora, see if you like it, but I fell in love with this at first sniff. It's a really nice, very unique perfume and just very kind of seductive. I really enjoy this perfume. Let me know down below what some of your favorite perfumes are, or body sprays or fragrances. I just love perfumes and fragrances. I still love body sprays too. I always spray a body spray after I come out of the shower as well. But yeah, please let me know down below because I really want to try out some new fragrances. So if there are any perfumes that you think I might enjoy too, let me know. Especially if you have the same sort of perfume type of favorites as me. So yeah, please let me know down below. All right, take care of yourselves. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.